Beautiful souls, welcome back or welcome to The Hawk and I. My name is Lana Zielinski and I work in the spirit dimensions. I'm talking today about standing in your power, spiritual stability. And as always, please take what resonates and you're welcome to leave the rest right here. We're all on a journey and we're all on different paths on our journeys. And some of us are coming into this new space of our authentic self and living from that alignment. I have done a lot of work and a lot of growth over many years in becoming the person that I am today, the point of alignment that I like to be in. And on that journey of becoming who I am, I've had to learn to stand in that power. Now, there are many different things on spiritual journey that kind of help get us there. Their meditation is huge. Crystals, smudging, grounding, bubbling. I've done quite a few videos on giving you tips and tricks that will help you get there. But all of those tips and tricks are meant to guide you to who you are. And when you think about it, I'll start with crystals. When you think about working with crystals, working with a rose quartz, unconditional love. The unconditional love you should have for yourself. Amethyst, calming crystal. It brings you to a space of being calm within. It's the energy of the crystal that's helping you tap into what's already within you. Being spiritual isn't about wearing crystals and meditating and all the different modalities. All those modalities are meant to bring you home, to help you figure it out, to help you connect to something that's within you and being able to stay in that space. It takes a lot of practice, constant practice, and awareness of where we're at and what we want in order to stay in that spiritual stability or staying in your power. Now, that does not mean that we are not going to have knee-jerk reactions or moments where we no longer have that clarity because we're learning. When we kind of stumble around a little bit, we're learning. I'm learning something new. I'm learning how to deal with something from a different perspective. I'm learning how to work with my clarity, and I'm always learning how to work with my clarity. There is no ceiling in the physical world here on what we're here to learn and grow with. People will say to me, "Oh, Lana, you must always be so calm and so peaceful and so zen." And I'm like, well, for the most part, but there are times where my mouth goes because I didn't look at something from my higher self's point of view. Does that make me not spiritual? Does that make me a difficult person? No, makes me aware that I am still learning because there is no ceiling here. I'm not going to get, and you're not going to get to a place where it's like, I am so zen that nothing is going to bother me. Things are going to bother you, but how you get back into your power and your spiritual stability is being able to say, no, I do know how to look at this from a different perspective. I do know how to allow my emotions to have a space to be heard and spoken and felt so that I can come back and look at things from a different perspective. When we live from our authentic self, and I have spent a number of years learning this one, you guys, is when we live from who we really are, without shame, without guilt, with just shining our light and learning along the way, we seem to gain momentum in how fast we seem to learn our lessons. For me, I am very much okay and in alignment with learning, and I don't look at myself as being less of, or I'm no longer ashamed that I've had to learn something. Even if it's a repeat lesson, it's like, yep, knew that, learned it again. I stand in my power to learn it. I allow myself the ability and the freedom to have a physical world experience and learn it without giving up my power. I get back into who I really am, my authentic self, and I get back into learning from there. We are all going to learn things. We are all going to have moments that it's really tough. We are all going to have reactions that may or may not be the calmest or the best, but we also know our way back to that different space. We know our way back. For me, if something happens and I've had a knee-jerk reaction, I learn that I can breathe through it, come back to my heart space, and go at it again from a different angle. We're really, really hard on ourselves, and we're really afraid to shine sometimes. And I've had to learn that too. There were moments where there was no way I was doing a video or a Facebook Live to share what I do, to get out there and speak. Why? Because I was learning how to put down shame. I was learning how to put down fear. I was learning how to put down a whole bunch of things that I was carrying around. Along with my crystals and my meditation practices, I was still carrying around a little bit of shame, a little bit of fear. And with giving myself permission to stand in my own power was huge. And slowly, a little bit more every day, I became less and less worried. If people don't like what I do, then they don't have to follow, and I don't have to take it personally. And that gave me more and more strength in my spiritual alignment, in my spiritual stability. The more I allowed myself, the more I allowed who I really am to shine. The more you allow yourself, of your authentic self, to shine, the more that you kind of give yourself permission to be who you really are, that kind, loving, gentle, or loud, being who you are, who you truly are, and living from that and standing in that power. And, standing in our power doesn't make us selfish or make us arrogant. It makes us authentic. I'm authentically me. Whether or not I have approvals, whether or not I have permission from other people, the only permission and approval I need is myself. And I think that we kind of stray away from that on a fairly regular basis. Now, I've worked really hard at taking nothing personally. I've worked really hard at not allowing other people's thoughts or opinions. We're all entitled to them. But every now and again, I still go, ooh, felt that one, questioning myself. And then it's literally, I'm going to press the pause button. I am going to go back to my space of power, and I'm going to stand in who I am. I believe in myself, and I believe in you. And I believe that you should stand in your power. And I believe that the more you learn and the more you practice that with love and with light, the better you'll get at it. And the more often you'll go back to that space of standing in your power. And you'll have less and less times where you're out of your power, where you've given it away. You'll have less of that the more you practice getting back into your power. But you got to walk your talk. And that's a huge thing. You got to walk your talk. If you're going to want to be kind, then you're going to have to be kind. If you're going to be loving, then you're going to have to go. If you're going to want to be loving, then you're going to have to be loving. It's about walking your talk and practicing it, being authentically who you are. I do hope you enjoyed my little rant today on authentically you and authentically me, and standing in the power of who you really are. And if we all shine our lights that bright, just imagine how illuminated this physical world would be if we all just simply stood in who we authentically are. I am wishing you, as always, so much love, light, blessings, and a spirit-guided day.